come after me, Watson. These are people that I talk to on a daily basis on the phone. Joyanne Reed from MSNBC, Crystal Ball from MSNBC, Van Jones from CNN, who was working in the White House at the current time. Angelo Corzine, the owner and operator of the Stop Rush account on Twitter. These were all people I was speaking with at the time. These are all high profile. I mean, you don't get no more high profile than Van Jones working inside the White House for the Obama administration. And they hate me. They hated me then, and and again, I'll liken it to a mob snitch type deal. They basically have a contract out on me, and a lifelong contract, it seems, Watson. I mean, you're right there. You're seeing what's going on. So
yeah, it's just yeah. It's really sad because of the fact that Miller, he was just sharing, it's just really sad how far the liberal left will go to try and destroy an individual. And it's so sad because it's like you put all this energy into trying to shut down Rush Limbaugh and shut down all these other different individuals. Why? Because of the fact that they're stealing your thunder. Because of the fact that your ratings are plummeting, and the only way that misery breeds company. So the only way that they could be satisfied in life is for everybody to be as mediocre and substandard as them. And I'm sorry. It's just rather unfortunate because you know what? Don't kill somebody for their success. Instead of being envious, instead of being jealous, why don't you actually look to see the standards they're saying and say, you know what? I'm going to do the best that I can to go higher without tearing another individual down. But that's not the way of the liberal progressives. They have to tear people down, and you can see it with the drama that we've been seeing in social media. Now you won't believe this, Jet. So what's the count, Jason, between now and September? What was the number of accounts? Jason, did we lose him? Well,
Hello?
Jason, you still there? I can't hear you, man.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I had my mute on Skype. I'm sorry.
No
Apologize
problem.
for that.
Okay, now I was gonna say, how many counts did you have? How many counts did you have suspended?
Are we talking just Quagmire, or are we talking about like many of my pro-life accounts and things of that nature? If you're talking just Quagmire account, I would say somewhere in the range of probably 25 to 40.
25 to 40 accounts. I probably do it just this year alone. And actually, before you continue, what I want to do is I want to bring on another brother from a mother, and this is a real cool guy. Again, another one who's done nothing but be one of the best cheerleaders ever. Mike Miller. Mike, you there?
I am here, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly clear. Mike, this is Jason. Mike.
How are we doing, Jason?
Hi, Mike. I'm doing good. How are you, Mike?
I'm great today, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
So
too.
and it's just really interesting because of the fact that as we and I think one of the good things that can happen out of this is uh the pressures that we're all receiving right now for many of us conservative, if you just want to label us conservatives, but I think for many of us, like whether you're in Vigilant Liberty Radio or any of the other networks that are pretty much just trying to share the truth, trying to give people an open mind, an open dialogue, so that we can move forward towards rebuilding America and keeping people informed. I think most of us should really start networking with one another and be building this team so that, once the drama comes out and someone tries to start attacking us, we come together and we rally to the sides of one another to say that, no, we're not going to tolerate this nonsense. You're not going to take out one of our friends because we understand that they're spreading the truth and we really want to help them. I don't know. What do you guys feel about that?
Well, I agree. Obviously, I mean, the other issue is, and you and I've talked about this on my show, on your show. Well, I should say now, Housem's and my show.
Yeah.
I've written about it extensively on IJR and other places. Yes, we need to do that, and I think as we do that, as you say, networking and coming together and what have you, I think that we, being conservatives, have a unique opportunity. We talked this. You were on the show today. The Democrats. Let me do it this way. The Republicans did not win in the midterms. The Democrats lost, and there's a distinction there. So I think that as we come together, as we network, as we do what we do, to put the message out to these people that want to troll you, dude. You've told me for 2 or 3 days here what's been happening to you. But I think the more that we get the message out, we're not just slamming Democrats. We're not just slamming progressivism. This is what we propose. And I think when you combine those two, a real message, networking, whatever have you, and you know what? Screw these people, ignore them, and let's take the truth to the folks.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I absolutely agree, Mike.
Yeah, I think one of the things is it's really interesting because of the fact that that's true. We can lose so much steam, we can lose so much energy if we put all our energies into focusing and fighting these trolls and it detracts us from the things that we can be positively doing. I mean, it's just been tiring having to deal with these idiots and to see the level that they're bothering me and know that it's been 10 times worse for Jason. To know that Jason, what was another individual that you'd mentioned who was swatted? That video that you sent me again.
Yeah, that was Eric Erickson from Red State.
Yeah.
Everybody knows redstate.com. Eric Erickson. Yeah, he was swatted, and he was one of the. He was. Well, he wasn't the first, but he was one of the more high-profile people that were swatted. And he was working for CNN at the time as a contributor, besides writing and running redstate.com. And it's basically what they do is they hijack, like they did to me last night, Watson, on the show. They hijacked my cell number. And then they call the police. They call 911, and then they just act like it's me calling the police because it's showing up as my cell phone number. Same thing they did with Eric Erickson from redstate.com. And,
what's interesting about that is when you get to an extent, Jason, that although it's twisted, it's a compliment. I used to write at Red State.
Yeah.
And Eric Erickson is one of the higher profile. In fact, there was just a list of blogging awards that came out earlier today. Eric Erickson, and I forget which one he was awarded, but he's high profile. I mean, he's been, as you say, on CNN. He's on Fox sometimes. So for you to be in that rarefied atmosphere, you guys, I mean, to an extent, and I'm being semi-facetious here, but kudos.
But I understand we would never want to wish this on people.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Mike. And besides all that, I would say that I love Eric Erickson as a writer. I think he is one of the best.
And he's fearless. I mean, like a lot of us, I mean, you guys as well, which is why you're targeted. You say what you mean and you mean what you say. And again, we suffer the slings and arrows, but the stuff that's been happening to you guys, as described to me by Watson, is unconscionable. But then again, the left, particularly when they feel threatened, the lows that they will go know no bounds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Yeah, they have. I mean, everything goes out the window when they get on when they get on a mission. And make no mistake about it. And we talked about this on my show, and I talked about it on many other shows I've been on, especially after South Press went down. Make no mistake about it. These liberal progressives are well organized. They're well funded. And look, they know what they're doing. Don't ever sell them short. I tell people that all the time.
No. And you go back, you know what? Again, back to the kudos, if you will. You know you've scored a hit when they come after you because they have no facts, they have no basis of reality, they have no history, there's no data to support everything they believe. It's emotional, it's driven by all kinds of let's pretend we live in a utopian world. So when guys like you, Jason, when guys like Watson, when guys like me, when all of us, Eric Erickson, when they come after us, we know we scored.
Yes, exactly. And that's the
Absolutely.
reason why I think, and that's the reason why I'm so excited, that we could be part of a group that, it's funny. We are willing to share uh, airtime with people of like mind, with people with the right direction of moving forward and trying to be successful in life. When you look, I mean, Jason will sit here, he'll pimp out Vigilant Liberty Radio. He'll pimp out my show. He'll even pimp out two women we had on the show a month ago. And that's just the nature. I mean, and anyone who has a chance to listen to the right mics, they'll bring in special guests, and if they're on projects, they make sure that they have at least a minute to 2 minutes to kind of basically share what endeavors are they doing. I mean,
right. Listen. When we have Nick Searcy on or Dan Joseph or John Gabriel or just any number of just absolutely brainiac people that we've had on. Yeah, we're willing to share that, and I think our listeners love it. But let me go back, and Watson, you've heard me say this before. I would love to share airtime with a liberal who could come on, not call names, not throw epithets, not do what they've done to you and Jason, have an intelligent discussion, non-emotional, unemotional, and just talk facts. The fact is they are very few and far between because they get pissed off almost immediately.
Yes, they do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can't have. It's hard to find. It's hard to find I would. It's almost impossible to find a radical progressive to speak with. But finding a liberal or even I don't even know if Blue Dog Democrats still exist. But if even finding one of those is nearly impossible. I mean, I know a couple that are that work with me down at the publication that I write for here in Houston, and we can have rational conversations, Mike and Watson. But as Mike said, they're few and far between. And Mike, I wanted to say, the Right Mike's show, I listen to it. I don't get a chance to listen to it live every day, but I always go back and listen to it, and that is one hell of a show you guys do over there.
I appreciate it, and we have a lot of fun doing it. Housem and I are knuckleheads, but I think we know a little bit about what we're talking about. When I put this together, I thought we're different. We can be like two irreverent sports show guys, like Mike and Mike, but we can talk politics. And we have a hell of a lot of fun doing it. So, man, I appreciate that.
Now, quick question.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I always take from listening to your guys' show over there, you and Mike Housen. I like shows when I listen to them, when I listen to hosts that sound genuine, that don't sound like a bunch of FM radio disc jockeys announcing the monster truck rally. I mean, your show is genuine, and it's good, and it's full of content, and it's everything that you want out of a good conservative a radio program, and that's why I enjoy it.
Yeah, man, and we deliver it. I appreciate it, and we deliver it with a bit of snark.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely snark. What we're gonna do, guys? Can both of you guys hold over as we go through the break?
Yep.
Awesome.
Sure.
Well, now I want to do a quick pimp. So I've got as guests, I have my buddy, Jason Wade Taylor, who is on Quagmire American Radio. You could follow him if you go to QARlive.com, as well as we have Mike Miller, part of the dynamic duo, the Right Mics, his better half, or worse half. I'll let him decide. Michael Hausum. From the Right Mics, you can follow them at therightmics.us, and they are on Monday through Friday. And what we'll do is you can follow them, and we'll give you the Twitter information